Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei Extras. Today, I made a Reddit post, and it actually caught quite some traction. This is not the Reddit post I made. I cannot draw this nicely. Just wanted to show this off first, because I saw this, and I think it deserves some attention, because this is nuts. I think this is from MCC, it's from MCC30, but still, someone made art for every team in MCC30. Clearly this was made after MCC30, considering that Becky is on the orange team. So yeah, this one's awesome. This one is great. Another really cool one. These are just awesome. So I just wanted to give it a little quick showcase. Be like, hey, look, it's art. Before we get into my very analytical Reddit post, I'm actually such a nerd, man. Anyways, here's my post. Basically, for those of you who don't know, I stream on Twitch pretty regularly, talking about MCC for the most part. And yesterday on stream, we're looking at some Reddit teams because our predictions were basically finished. So I just wanted to see what other people were thinking. And a lot of teams were not hitting the mark, let's say, about team predictions, etc. I think the main issue, and I think some people in chat also mentioned this, I think the main issue is that some people approach Pride as if it was underdogs, but it's not. That's not what this event is. It's Pride. So I think some people, in particular, I don't know specifically who, but there's some people who have been having like less than half of the roster be LGBTQ players, and then replacing them with like either big streamers who probably won't get in, or rather big streamers who probably don't even know what MCC is, or just regular, players who probably should be benched specifically for this one because it is like a charity thing. Anyways, summary of this post is basically what I just said. Like, some people don't know what MCC Pride is about, or at least it seems like they don't. To say it's about LGBTQ creators getting like a little bit of extra spotlight, and then also raising money for charity, which means that the two types of players you will primarily see in this event are LGBTQ streamers and very big viewership people. Also, I think very big viewership is obviously very vague. I saw some people mention like, 1,000 is a lot, is very big viewership in MCC, and obviously 1,000 viewers is a really good number. But for MCC, that is not the very big category. I would say the very big category is when you get to the multiple thousands, like 5,000 plus-ish. I don't know what Scott's view on that is, but I think it makes sense to think like that. I think that obviously your very big viewership people are like Sekuno, Valkyrie, Ludwig, Sapnap, I would count in that too. Jacksepticeye, obviously, like a bunch of those types of people. So the ones that are really, really, really popular, basically, that's the second highest priority, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's that. I also mentioned that it tends to be a bit more for fun and low competitive, which is why you will probably not see as many really high skilled players in, so no quote unquote S tiers. Like I mentioned, Shane and Purpled, I imagine they will probably be benched unless they need more players. But I'm not sure. And then I just say, like, I hope this results in some cool predictions. And then we're going to look at the two sets of predictions that followed after that. I don't actually think this person or these people looked at my post, but regardless, let's just take a look at it. MC Pride 2013 predictions, vibe analysis, unbalanced teams. Dream, Bad, Carl, and Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is not playing in this one, as much as it would be really funny. He is not playing. Jojo, Joel, Shubble, and Lizzie. I think that'd be cool. I like this team. This is pretty chill. Sapnap, Hannah, Velvet, Spifey. This team is broken. It is extremely broken. Afros 5-Up, Jack Manifold, Connor Eats Pants. This is a really funny team. I'm pretty sure Jack Manifold is confirmed not available because he's at the Tommy Innit show, I think. So that one. Sure. Jacksepticeye, Rambo, Tommy, and Markiplier would be really cool, but I'm pretty sure Tommy is at, or is having, or has a live show during MCC, so probably not. Scott Green, Impulse False. I think this is really chill. I don't think this type of team would make it in because I probably think Impulse and False might not be in. Green is like a question mark because he would be in if he signs up, but I don't know if he will sign up, so that one's a little up in the air. Also, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but in the 2 previous Pride events, Scott and Shelby have been on the same team. I'm going to assume that they're on the same team again, which is awesome. So I think that's a really cool duo. So just if you're going to make predictions, I would suggest putting them on the same team. Same with Ant and Velvet, but I think everyone has got that memo by now. Next up, Illumina, Zeus, Vixella, James Turner. I think the Simmers could be in. It depends. This might sound a little harsh. I don't think they should be in this one. I wouldn't be opposed necessarily. I just think for Pride, if you want, to really give back to the Pride community, you want to, have the biggest viewership and the most LGBTQ creators as possible while meeting the big viewership. And Vixella is LGBTQ, and I mean Illumina is as well. But Zeus and James, I'm pretty sure aren't. If they are, then that's totally great. Then this would be great, but otherwise I would probably change it. Pete, Callum, Cara, Puffy. I mean, it's a cool team. I just don't think Pete or Callum will be in. The only circumstance under which I could see Pete get in is if there's an OTV team that needs a good player. That's kind of it. And Pink Team, Techno Dad, Phil, Tabo, and Amy. I think some people are jumping the gun when it comes to Techno Dad. I think you have to realize that he has barely played Minecraft. Putting him in MCC, as fun as it may seem, I don't think that would be actually that fun for him, because he will not be able to complete many of the objectives that MCC offers unless they make it extremely easy. But the rest of the team makes sense. I just have seen Technodad in a couple of predictions, and I think some people are not realizing that MCC is really difficult, and someone who has not really played Minecraft might not actually want to play it, for now at least. All right, next one. MCC Pride 23 team predictions, mostly LGBTQ+. Let's see if that is correct. This team is Extreme Copium. Austin Show knows of Minecraft, obviously. Maybe has played Minecraft. I'm not sure. Will he play? Probably not. Would be really cool. I would love to be pleasantly surprised with an Austin Show appearance, but I don't think he would play. Hassan, definitely not. That is not happening. It would be crazy, but definitely not. So far, I think you've got 1-2. I don't know if Hassan is. I'm just going to say 1-2 because I don't want to assume. So that's 2 so far. Harvey, Tubbo, Piso, Elena. Yeah. I mean, this is an interesting team. I think this could be cool. Also, sorry, I'm yawning again because I just woke up. I don't know what the policy is on adding newcomers for Pride. Typically, I think they mainly focus on adding high viewership people rather than adding more LGBTQ creators, but I don't know if that's if that's just coincidental or if that's just a way that Scott approaches this. I don't know, but there's a lot of LGBTQ creators that I think could make sense in MCC. I've already expressed my list of people that I think should be in. I think it might still be here somewhere. I think it's here. There you go. For those of you who haven't watched my video, these are all people I'm vouching for. People that are easily able to be added to MCC are Owen, Oppo, Crow, probably Olive, Sleepy, Misty, Gucky. People I think are a little more difficult are like Crumb, Zombie Cleo. Then I think people that are nearly impossible are Jaden Animations and Alpharad, Quarter Jade, and all of these 4 creators. So there you go. It's a really cool team though. I think, this is interesting, and I think this is this 3 or 4? I am not sure. I'm pretty sure Piso. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll just say 3 because I don't know if Piso is, but that's 5, which is great. OG MCCers team, Phil can replace Wilbur if he's busy touring. Wilbur is busy touring. He will not be in this one, probably, unless he's going to play Minecraft while he's on stage. But Scott, Kara, Shelby, that's 3 more LGBTQ, so that's 8. This team is just fun to say. Jojo, Joey, Lizzie, Gizzy. True. And this is also 4 LGBTQ, so that's another 4, so that's what, 12? Day 5 of Second Chance, also G and Puffy are good friends, and I don't think they've teamed. I don't know if I don't think G is LGBTQ, I'm not sure, but I don't recall seeing her on the list of what is at least known. So that's just 3 for now, unless maybe G is. So that's what, 15? That's really good so far. 15 is fantastic. Cyan Cats plus some trans rep. I have seen people mention this as well. I agree there should be trans representation in MCC. However, you do have to realize that for that to work, there would have to be a trans creator who is familiar enough with a good portion of the roster, or at least there could be a team where they work really well. And I think the main 3 people I've seen mentioned to be in the trans, to be the trans representation are Ivory Cello, who I checked on Twitter, and the people I follow, the only person who follows Ivory Cello on Twitter is Tommy Innit, and Tommy Innit is not playing this time because he's on tour, which leaves 0 people that at least follow them on Twitter, which is the only thing I can base it off of because I don't think I have their Discord. So that's that. Ivory Cello doesn't seem to have any contacts as I can see, or from what I can tell right now. I know they are relatively well known, but that doesn't mean that, from Scott's POV, you have to look from Scott's POV. If Scott's looking at oh, we need a trans rep, I'm going to look at Ivory Cello, and he looks and there's no mutual followers for MCC. It's a little silly. Rattles, who's on here, is on someone who's suggested. I'm pretty sure Rattles is in HBG or is like a speedrunner. That usually means they have a decent amount of contacts. I don't know for sure. Here, let me wait 1 second. All right, I'm back. So I just wanted to look up the Rattles Twitter account and see who they have mutuals with. So they have Illumina, who obviously is very cracked, but that is at least a player who is going to be in Pride. They have Antfrost, who obviously is a player who's probably going to be in Pride. Eret, which is good. Sniff, I think, is has confirmed that they're not available, so that's unfortunate. Harvey is someone. Pete probably won't be in Pride. Jojo is good to have, and then G maybe. So Rattles is a potential person who could be a trans representative for this event. I think that's not the the most out of the box option. And then Guts, I'm not sure. Guts followed by Illumina. Owen, if Owen were to play in this one, I guess. Michaela, I don't know if Michaela will play. You've got Dream. Interesting. Becky, if Becky plays. Wally, if Wally plays. Velvet, Amy, Blushy, Eret, Sniff, Kara. There's a good amount of people. Kernios, Dave. So yeah, who knows? Maybe. Maybe. That's my main take on it. Trans representation, I agree, should be a thing. However, it is much easier said than done. And you also have to look at this from the Scott's major POV. He probably understands that trans representation is important, but you can't just throw someone onto a team and hope that it works, and not know if they know people. So that's a little bit interesting, Anyways, cool team. Obviously, I want Misty in, so I will vouch for this. Oh, did I count this? I've lost count. Hold up. But no, there was 15 in the first half. 15. Oh, whoops. 15. That's, I think, 4 more, so that's, what, 19? Another big view team, Tommy, Rambo, Amy, Gucky. Tommy is not going to be in this one. Hopefully Amy's back from their break in time to play. Not sure what Amy's break is, but this is 3 Pride creators, so that's, what, 22? very good so far. Mr. Beast crew team plus Foolish because he hasn't been in a while. Carl, Foolish, Chris, Nolan. I think that's 2 LGBTQ. Maybe there's 3. I don't know if Foolish or Nolan is, but Carl, Chris, that's 2, so that's 24. Good vibes into this team. Have teamed together at least once. Martin, Pong, Sniff, Eric. I think that's 3 more. So that's 27. I lost count. 27, I think. And then Illumi Gumi, second chance to team. Illumina Gumi, Gem, and Tina. Which I think is a full LGBTQ team, so that's 31. That is fantastic. I think the minimum should be at least 21 just to have a majority. But ideally, obviously, you'd want like a bit more than 21. But or LGBTQ creators, obviously. I think just a majority is the bare minimum, and I think you probably want to aim for like close to. I'd say if you want to include very high viewership people as well, you'd probably want to aim more closer to like 30, maybe 28, 27, depending on if you want to add someone like Phil. Because the thing that also is unfortunate is the majority of the really big streamers are only. One sec. The majority of the really big streamers are only there because are only able to be teamed with people that they are familiar with, and a lot of them are the non-Pride creators, unfortunately. Here's another draft I made. I don't know if I've showed this one off yet. I think I made this in VC yesterday. It is very silly, but I actually think this would be really cool. I don't think it's that unlikely necessarily either. It's like somewhat possible because I don't think there's any new really big streamers. I think the only newcomers are Owen, who's over here, Zombie Cleo, who I know people have mentioned, Misty, and I think that's it. Yeah. Anyways, I think this is a really cool draft. Obviously, I am probably slightly biased, but I think it just works really nicely. Obviously, Foolish, Tina, Ray, Saprap, they all know each other. That's a good team. I decided to put Illumina with Owen. I know they know each other. Some people may be surprised that I didn't put Scott with Owen, but that's for a different reason. So I thought Illumina, Owen, Kara, Gumi would be a really cool team. I think that's a fun pair. I think that's really fun. Next you have Martin, Scott, Shelby, and Zombie Cleo. The reason I did this is because apparently people said the only circumstance under which they can see Zombie Cleo actually joining is if they are with Scott. So I just put them with Scott, and I thought, well, Shelby's kind of guaranteed with Scott as well. So then that was a trio. Yes, I could have probably swapped Illumina and Martin, but I didn't. So there you go. Or I could have swapped Martin and Owen, but I didn't. So suck it. Next up, you got Jojo, Amy, Elena, and Vixella. This is just a little silly, goofy, funny team. Balancing, I don't think matters too much. Regardless, I don't think this team is necessarily bad. I mean, this team had Shane on it before, basically, and then Shelby instead of Vixella, and it got like 6th in a normal event, I think, in Pride, considering the balancing is probably a little lower than usual. Actually, it might be pretty normal. Anyways, yeah, it's probably fine. Next up is a team that has had many renditions, for me at least, and I think this one is pretty interesting. You got Misty, Finster, Gizzy Gaza, and Eretz. Obviously, I think some people may think this is a weird combination, and I don't think it's the most straightforward combo, but I think it works. So that's what matters, right? It's just funny. Next up, Phil, Harvey, Ludwig, Laserbeam. It's just a really funny team, and obviously big viewership. I think this is just really cool. Next up, Ant, Tubbo, Velvet, Nikki. I think this is just a really... I just like this team a lot. It has really good vibes. I think it's like funny, a little chill, a little hyper. I think it's just a really cool team. I like that one a lot. I do hope Nikki plays. I like seeing Nikki play in MCC. I think Pride is... I think she's been in the last 2 Pride events, so I hope she plays again. That'd be really cool. Next up, this is also an edited rendition of what I had before. I will tell you the previous rendition as well. I mean, if you were on my stream, you'll know what this was, what this looked like before. You got Dave, Creek, Carl Jacobs, and Captain Puffy. Some people may think that's a weird combination, but no, it's not. Or at least, not really. At least if you take Dave off, this trio makes fine sense. It's great. Before, what I had as a team was Creek, Carl, Foolish, Tina, which I think works really nicely. But yeah, I was just messing around with other options, and then it resulted in this. I do think the Foolish, Creek, Tina, and Carl team is like really cool. I would love to see that actually be a thing. I actually think that's not a bad team either. I think that's pretty balanced, depending on the balancing, of course. But like, that's not a bad team. So who knows? Next, Joel, Green, Jem, Lizzie. I think this team is the exact same as what I had on stream, and there's a good reason for it. Or at least it's close to the exact same, unless it is the exact same. Anyways, this is just a cool team. I just like it a lot. It's a great team. It's also a pretty big viewership team, so just a win-win, really. And then finally, I think, is the best team I've made here. Rambo, 5-Up, Jack, Septiceye, and Saikuno. It's just a really cool team. What can I say? It just works really nicely. I just like it a lot. It's really cool. So yeah, that's the teams I made. Here's some more stuff. This black tier is, I think, everyone who's confirmed not in, or at least close to confirmed not in. And this gray tier is just potential people that I was considering putting in. Yes, Markiplier's there. Yes, Jaden is there. Yes, Pokemon's there. Yep, I was considering, but I had to be a little bit more realistic. Yeah, some other people I think could be in is like Oppo, Olive, Gucky. These are the people that I already suggested, basically. Puns could be in because of certain people potentially playing, and I think Puns is high viewership enough and knows a lot of people to the point where I think he could be in. I had Charlie here because he was in a previous rendition of this green team. I had that as a team, this green team before, which I like a lot, but you know, I don't know if that's a type of team Scott would make, but if he would, then that's cool. Anyways, I've talked for way too long. This entire video topic could have been like 2 minutes. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Goodbye.